You guys just like to do a lot of assumptions, which is not okay, to be honest. It's pretty
you have
toxic.
mental problems.
No, it's pretty toxic because...
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. We missed you guys so much. I'm so sorry for ghosting you guys for a week. Like, I feel like that bad ex-boyfriend. But you guys already know that we're big time chismosos. So before we get going with this week's episode, go ahead and comment down below right now. ¿Qué estás haciendo? What are you doing? Are you washing the dishes? Are you washing your ass? Are you washing the dog? I don't know, girl. Are you washing your cooter? Please wash your cooter.
But before we dive into today's episode, we're going to give a huge shout out to the real ones that left a comment in last week's episode. So let's move on to the first comment because you guys had us screaming. This one's from Anotiveros-Blue Star. I'm officially 8 weeks post-op and I'm feeling better now. How was your experience? Well, guys, I am literally in a little situationship with me and my asshole and my I think I'm currently now about to be 3 weeks post-op, the day that we actually post this. And I have officially started the constipation stage. If you guys didn't really struggle that much while healing or while recovering during the procedure, I'm so happy for you. But currently right now, I am literally struggling so hard. Like, I have never dealt with this type of constipation ever in my entire life. And obviously it makes sense because I only have been having liquids and mainly protein, so there hasn't really been much fiber in me to kind of like actually like get the thing going through my anal hole and stuff. So as of right now, the 3 weeks, it's been not horrible, but it's been annoying.
She even went to the ER, girl.
Yeah, that's how badly I literally was like so like over it. I went to the ER, guys, and I literally was like, doc, what the fuck is going on? Like, this does not feel fucking normal. And the reason why I went is because whenever I would go or have the need to go, it was just so painful and so uncomfortable, guys. Like, to tell y'all, to explain it, whenever my body would naturally push, I'm not straining or anything, it's just my body is naturally just wanting to get the shit out this much. I don't know if you guys could see.
What the fuck?
No, this is how I explain it. This is how much the shit would come out. And then when I would be done, it would retract back. And it wouldn't want to come out. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God.
Like, it's that
TMI.
fucking... No, this is literally TMI, guys. If you guys don't want to hear me talking about, like, my poop and anything, like, go ahead and move forward to, like, I don't know how many minutes. But the day that I went to the ER, which was at night, actually, I had a agua de papaya. I had a smoothie de fibre, or the fiber from Cancun juice. If you guys have tried those, they're actually really, really good. I actually love it so much. Obviously, I did have it sit for a minute just so I don't get so much of the pulp and everything, because I'm not really supposed to have that. But the papaya and the fiber did help. But it did not help for my stool to get out. I literally would be laying down and be shitting in my pants, bitch. Like, no fucking joke. Like, I wouldn't even be able to make it to the restroom. Of course, I had a pad on because I didn't want to shit like on my underwear or like on my pants, obviously, and stuff. So that's literally what would go on, and I feel like that did make it worse and irritate my like bowels a little bit too much, because when I would go and I would actually have like my legs positioned like in a squatting position, how you're supposed to like shit, it was just so fucking bad. And generally the papaya and the fiber made it a little too worse. And so it was probably like 12 o'clock where I was like, nope, I can't do this no more. I'm going to the fucking ER, bitch. I cannot deal with this for shit. And it was on a Saturday, and mind you, my doctor is only available from Monday to Friday, bitch, from 9 till 5 o'clock. That's limited time for me, honey. Oh my God, hold on.
You're like, I need a shit, actually.
No, honestly, this is the when I went to the ER, guys, I was there from 1 o'clock till fucking 5 o'clock just for the doctor to tell me, take magnesium citrate, and if that doesn't work, take an enema. And if you guys don't know what an enema is, it's basically a fluid with a stick, and it's lubricated, and you literally shove it up your ass and you squeeze the liquid in there, and it's supposed to lubricate your ass and also break down the I did that. It didn't fucking work. I'm at that point where I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. I need to stop picking at my ass. I need to stop.
No, because Irma would put Q-tips, her finger, the
Like,
douche.
dude,
she
like,
put everything in her mama's hole.
Literally, no, honestly, guys, it's very TMI. Like, BS aside, this is very TMI and this is a very vulnerable moment. So if you guys don't want to hear this, skip along. But, like, I'm being serious, guys. Like, when my body would push and the tip would be out, I would have room for my finger to go in and literally go like that and shit would be out.
Ew, dude.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next comment. No, but for reals though, like that sucks, Irma. I could really tell Irma right now is like she can't really focus too much on how her bowels are moving because like her body really doesn't have anything to push out anymore right now. So just wait until she starts getting to like the puree phase so that she can have beans and have more fiber and stuff like that so that her body can naturally start. But I told her stop picking at your asshole unless it's for pleasure, girl.
Literally, and none of this has been for pleasure, bitch. I fucking wish, but overall, I stopped picking at my ass and I've stopped doing all that stuff. If you guys are in that phase of wanting to do so, just try not to do so because you will irritate your asshole because it got to the point where I was so rosada that each time I'm done like pooping, I had to go into the shower and like rinse off. So yeah, let's move on to the next comment.
Now, this one's from @Ingris909. You paid for your surgery, Irma. Remember when you were employed, the government took taxes off of your paycheck. Congratulations on this new journey. And I thought that was a pretty smart way of putting it because realistically, when there was a time, even now when we do our taxes, we still kind of have to pay the government. So pretty much you kind of did pay for your surgery.
That's true. Yeah, kind of.
So you didn't take advantage of the taxpayers?
I didn't. For those who got mad, sorry about it.
But let's move on to the next comment.
This one's from Matt D844. Danny, for the life of me, uncross your legs once in a while. Not even your homegirl sitting next to you does that.
I love to cross my legs because, girl, I just want you to know that, like, I'm taken.
Bitch,
that
like,
these legs are closed. I'm just kidding. And only open for my man and not anyone else.
For a guy, when you cross your legs, doesn't it, like, kind of bother your ball sack and, like, your dick? Or is it, like, on top of it?
No, it kind of just positions itself, like, where it needs to. Ew, girl, you suck on dick, girl. What are you saying ill for?
I haven't actually.
But still, you do it, so no ill up in this gig.
That's
Anyways,
true.
I tend to cross my legs a lot because it's like the most comfortable position that I'm in, and I also like it because it kind of covers my panza.
You're like, I'm protecting myself.
You know, I'm not at my best weight right now, so like, you know, like there's some insecurities, and I know, hopefully, hopefully,
be positive.
I am really like trying my best, like not to cross my legs, but I also feel like it looks really sophisticated. Like I'm very sophisticated, girly. You know what I mean? And then I could put my legs up like this and be like,
dude, you know what's crazy though? The only reason why like I don't really cross my legs like that is because when you're fat, you really can't do certain things like that.
Why, you go dick or something?
Yeah, dude. I'm just kidding. No, but it's because también when you're like fat, it's not the most comfortable position because nomás like suma todo tu panza para arriba, and you feel like you're just like suffocating. But once like I'm skinny, I know.
And you're like, I know my caca will come out.
Stop. When I laugh it, I feel it.
You're like, when I laugh, I'm gonna boop.
Literally, like now, like this, like now, I'm officially getting to the point where it's not suffocating me as much. Like as you can see from like Danny's side, like it does push around this. When I was fatter, like it was a little bit more like así sumida. But honestly, I know once I get more skinnier, let me reposition myself.
Everyone else is going to comment about you crossing your legs too much.
Nah, literally, y'all are going to be complaining that I cross.
But I just feel like it's sexy, very sensual.
And it is a comfortable position.
It is really comfortable,
position.
yeah.
I'm not going to lie. When you do cross your legs, it's very, very comfortable. But it's
kind of like crossing your arm vibes.
Yes.
You know, like before I started working for T-Mobile, I had like a very standard stand. Like I would always stand like this. And I never really like thought about it in any wrong way, shape, or form, you know? But when I started working for T-Mobile, they were like, oh, when you cross your arms or even cross your legs, you look like you're not approachable. Like you look very closed off. And I'm like, girl, I'm
intimidating.
I'm very intimidating regardless.
Bitch, I'm a roar.
No, but for real though, like that's where I had to stop crossing my arms because like I didn't want to look like very standoffish. But low key, when I look like this, I'm very curious. Like that's my standard. Like I'm like, oh my God.
Like, wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm very shooketh. You know? But other than that, I'm going to try to stop doing that. Crossing your legs is very ladylike. I grew up with, like, my mom and my sister only. So I had always overheard, like, my mom tell my sister, like, oh, you know, close your legs. Like, you know, so I'm always very much like...
Yeah. Even when I'm wearing a dress, guys, it's always a struggle for me to even like close my legs. Even Daddy has to be like, "Bitch, close your legs." I'm
because sometimes it shows her underwear, and I'm like, "Girl,
you know what? It doesn't show my underwear. It shows my thigh fat.
Yeah, so it looks like a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, censorship. But now let's move on to something super not serious. Gay. Now, over the weekend, I don't know if you guys know, but I got a Nintendo Switch. Yes! Thank you to my friend Irma.
Yes, dude, literally.
I can't believe I had to say thank you to you.
That was supposed to be my Switch.
But before we move on,
thank you to Cash App for sponsoring this week's episode.
Okay, wait, but isn't it annoying to chase down people for $3.50?
Literally, like, babe, just Cash App me. It's so quick and easy. Like, it just makes things a little less awkward.
And y'all, Cash App is so easy to use. I signed up in minutes and I was literally able to send Irma for my tacos, and I was even able to put a little taco background, just because I feel like it's boring when you just send the money just like that.
No, but the custom payments are low-key my favorite. Like, why are you gonna make it boring? Make it a little petty and pretty. Like, why not?
Plus, they'll even warn you if something is like really sketchy. It's like a built-in safety check for your coin.
So if you haven't downloaded it yet, what the hell are you doing? Use my referral code MONEYSIDE or XO and send $5 to your friend, and then you'll get $10 back. Period, poo. I'm rich.
No catch, just cash. Download Cash App today and use my referral code DMontes16 in your profile and send $5 within 14 days. That's money, that's Cash App. For limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, there's no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code DMontes16 or in your profile, send $5 to your friend within 14 days and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money, that's Cash App. Let's actually go to the very, very, very beginning, because there's a beginning, middle, and end to every fucking story, because you guys only see a very partial of our lives, and I feel like we actually don't do a good job at posting everything on social media, because realistically, if we really wanted to be full on top tier influencers, we would want to post everything. But I feel like we restrict ourselves so much because we get reactions like this, because like people go overboard. And I feel like our friendship has always been very like controversial. People don't like to see us be friends or something. I don't know. Or
people just like to make things up to make us seem like we hate each other secretly or something, but that's really not it, you know? But anyways.
It all started when I had found out a week before the Nintendo Switch came out. I had already started thinking about, first of all, how am I going to afford it? Because, bitch, I know my priorities aren't right, but I have always said as long as my bills are paid, I don't got to worry about anything else, okay? And this comes up with another update that I'm going to talk to you guys about. I had already started my real estate school. It was already going to start my second week. And during the weekend, I was already excited. I was really much more focused on the Nintendo Switch than even school. So I was like, oh my God, like the Nintendo Switch is going to come out on June 5th. So then I started thinking, I was like, oh, June 5th, I don't have school. Perfect. I can go wait in line. No problem. But then I started asking around. We have a friend. His name is King Eddie. I don't know if you guys have seen him on social media, but I know that he also works for Target. So I had asked him, hey, what are the pre-orders like? Like, can I get one early, or can you put one on the side for me? Or like, can I just know the details? And he's like, no, they're not going to have pre-orders. Like, it's first come, first serve, but that's going to be on the 5th. Irma was obviously with us the entire weekend. So I had mentioned to her, I was like, oh fuck, like I have to get up like at 8:30, and I was like, Irma, you would be such a good friend if you would go for me at 8:30. And she's like, bitch, that's way too early. And I was like, wow, Irma, you wouldn't even do that for me? And she was like, no, dude, that's way too early. So I was like, okay, whatever. I had already known. Like, I was literally just joking around with Irma because I knew that she wouldn't, because she also had her appointment that day as well. So I was just literally joking with her.
Yeah.
So then days go by and I start figuring out more stuff for the Switch. And Irma's literally right next to me as everything is going on, girl. Like, Irma really is at my house still every other day now. Like, not every day, but every other day. So when she is there, like, there's important...
listen up.
Yeah, she listens to, and we also catch up with her because I feel like one day there's a lot of things that we do.
Yeah.
But then that day, I'm all calling Best Buy and I'm like, hey, like, what? I saw that you guys have the pre-orders, but it's going to be launching a day before at 9 p.m. Is that true? And are you guys one of the stores that are included in that? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, it's in your Belinda. And I was like, fuck, but I have school today.
Yeah.
That's
on the 4th.
Yeah, that's on the 4th.
The night before.
So I was like, fuck, I have school. I'm still down just to go the next morning. But what if they sell out? So I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to get out of my school. Irma had came the day of that I was going to go.
And so literally when he was telling me Best Buy's going to release it that night at 9 p.m., like whatever, I was overhearing. And I was like, you know what? I generally just need to edit today. And honestly, I could be editing in line because I really don't need Wi-Fi. So I literally told Danny, I was like, hey, if you want, I'll go check Best Buy to see how long the line is. If the line isn't too long crazy, I'll go for you, but I just have to go home, shower, situate some stuff, charge some things, and I'll head to line.
She actually hadn't confirmed to me if she was going to go and stay there because she was like, well, let me do my stuff and then I'll go double check. And if the line's too long, I probably still won't wait. But if the line is short enough, then I'll wait.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, friend, it's okay. I was already thinking about like, fuck it. I'll get out an hour early and I'll just wait outside. There's no problem. She's like, no, dude, I literally just have to edit. Like, as long as if you guys have a chair and I can go to the office and go get the table to set myself up.
I'm set, honey. Like, I'm good.
And I literally told her, I was like, you know what? If you really are down to go, do content on it. I was like, do it because it's a really big deal.
It is.
And she was like, I already was planning on doing it. And I was like, perfect. I was like, well, then win-win. Like, you end up getting content on it. You also get to do your YouTube video.
Which is up now, that if you guys haven't seen it, obviously. And literally, it was, as he said, a win-win situation. So then, once I was done dealing with my stuff at home and everything, I literally came back, went to the office, got my table. I pulled up to the line and only 5 people from what initially was there when I first saw was there in line. So I was like, oh, this is actually perfect. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't mind waiting. Let me set myself up.
And it was a shady area. It wasn't
shady
hot
already because the time that I checked, it was like still the sun was out. They were all like covering themselves and everything. And that's when I was like, kind of hesitant. But then when I came back, ya estaba todo shaded. Like there was no sunlight directed at the line, which is something that obviously I need to prevent, especially during recovery and stuff. And yes, I was in recovery, but you guys, like, mind you, I'm still good. Like I've been able to do a lot of things. I've been able to work with the line and everything. So like I've just been able to manage to at least like get my fluids in. And as you guys saw in the TikTok, like I got my whole like agua cooler and everything too.
And this was also before Irma had her, situation with her poop.
Yes, exactly.
So like she wasn't suffering.
The situation actually happened like 2 days after.
Yes.
Like it was like fucking crazy. But regards to the case, when I told Danny like, hey, I'm here, I'm literally gonna like make line. He was like, wait, really? Like you don't have to, dude. It's okay. I'm
already thinking about getting out of school, and she's like, no, dude, it's fine.
Like you have to go to school. Like literally, Danny just started his real estate school, and in my mind, I'm like, dude, like if I was in school, I know that he would do the same thing if I was wanting to wait for something like that or anything of that sort. So honestly, like me being a really good friend, like I generally was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm able to do it.
Before she even got there, I was like, if Irma does do something for Miss, I'll buy her something. Like, I'll buy her anything. Like, I don't give a fuck, And then literally, like, when she stayed there, I was like, oh my God, dude, I feel so bad. Like, I didn't think, like, she was gonna do it. Like, she's been there for, like, 3 hours. Like, it's fine. Like, like, I'll buy her something. And then in the middle of, like, it's been already, like, an hour and a half. And I call her and I was like, hey, like, like, have they told you anything? And then she's like, oh, yeah, they told me this, and that. And I was like, dude, I'll buy you something. She's like, no, dude, it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. So then I'll literally, like, when she got home, y'all, I literally was like, thank you. I even gave her a hug.
Yeah.
Like, I literally did everything. Now, when I had initially filmed my content for unboxing my Nintendo Switch, I had already thanked Irma in the video.
Yeah.
I literally thanked her in the video. I was like, thank you so much to my friend. But then I was like, okay, well, this is the Nintendo 2 release, so I'm gonna make it a very general video. Like, you know, I'm sure people already assume that I already thanked her. Not only that, like, I don't think that's a very valuable information for me to put on a TikTok. Like, okay, my friend got it for me. Like,
it was just unnecessary shit that needs to be in the video. And I was aware of it. I knew, and that was okay because, again, he already thanked me and like everything once I arrived to his house. There was no like miscommunication there of like, oh, he didn't thank me or like didn't appreciate me sending it. Like no, that was all taken care of, guys.
So I ended up like editing it out, and I was like, fuck it, it's just gonna be a generic video. And then in the second one, the exact same way. I think that it was blown out of the proportion. It was definitely not that serious. And we also got a lot of comments of like why Alan couldn't wait for me. He literally that day was editing the entire day, and he literally said, if I finish early, I'll go an hour earlier to go sit in line with Irma. And he did that as well. We just didn't publicize most of it. Like, I just didn't think that we needed to post literally every single little fucking thing. Even my butthole needed to be shown.
Step,
like, girl.
Like, oh my God. Like, you guys, look, I get it. Like, being on social media and everything, like, people are chismosos, obviously, but just because we don't post it fully on there doesn't mean that little shit doesn't exist. Like, you guys just like to do a lot of assumptions, which is not okay, to be honest. It's pretty
you have
toxic.
mental problems.
No, it's pretty toxic because it gets to the point of like, damn, like, you guys really do think like we're shitty friends to each other like that?
Like, you swear to God I don't clock Irma when she's rude to me, and you swear to God that Irma doesn't clock me when I'm not fucking being a good friend. Like, we literally every single day we're trying to be the best versions of ourselves and best versions of our friendship. I don't understand where it comes from that we're both being really bad friends to each other. I feel like it's mainly more towards me. I can definitely take accountability for the way that I had treated Irma and vice versa with Irma as well. But like, we have grown. We're grown. We know what we value in our friendship.
We know
and
our boundaries.
Yeah,
we
like,
know what we want in our friendship and everything. And so honestly, for everything to just get out of proportion, like, it was honestly very, very unexpected and shocking, to the point that somebody literally made a whole TikTok video about the situation, which I literally, neither of us did not expect them to even like put out there.
But anyways, you guys, enough of that shit, because I feel like we took up a lot of our episodes, and I feel like this episode is super important to us, where our drama is definitely not first world problems right now. But before we get on with our topic this week, let's move on to Sip of the Week.
Yeah, okay, babe.
Mariah Carey up in this gig, girl.
Okay.
And for this week's episode, unfortunately, Irma is not able to try anything because of her whole poop situation. But I am, and I am not fully like in my healthy diet right now, but like, I'm down to drink protein for this episode, I guess.
I mean, you didn't have to. Originally, you wanted alcohol, babes.
I did want alcohol, but I didn't know if I was already doing too much.
I didn't think so. I was even like, let's pass by the liquor store to see if you find anything else that you want to drink. And he was like, nah. And I was like, all right, you lost your chance, homie.
But for this week's episode, I am trying the Oinks protein shake. 30 grams protein, 1 gram of sugar, no artificial sweetener. Oinks? Yeah. Oinks? Oikos. And this has 170 calories. It's vanilla flavor. I personally don't like anything that's like vanilla or chocolate based protein. I love strawberry or like banana or like
berry.
Yeah, like, I'll try a berry, but this shit, hell no. So hopefully it's good.
This is a new protein shake that they did just recently came out with. I saw this at a local Stater Bros. So tell me what you think. No?
Too proteiny. It's because, like, I'm down to drink it, but
maybe it's not cold enough.
I don't like this shit.
I would drink some, guys, but honestly, protein has made me more clogged up. So I'm just going to be enjoying some cold water for now and some chicken broth later that my mom made me.
Ugh. Sorry, Oinks, or whatever your name is, but do better.
No, but shout out to them. They commented on my video too.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice, very cool.
Very cool.
I love it. Well, you guys, if you guys remember, I had mentioned that I had started my real estate school, and I just wanted to give you guys an update. It is officially going to be my third week or my
believe
second
third.
week. No, this is actually going to be my second week.
Oh, really?
Second or third. I don't remember, girl. It's been like a while, but you guys, I just want to give a huge update on that. I didn't tell you guys on when I had started it or anything like that, just because sometimes cuando hago las cosas and then I announce it a little too early or I announce it the day of, I feel like the excitement's kind of like gone.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to be very excited every single time I started doing my real estate stuff, and I was really excited to give you guys this update. So I just want to say that I'm super happy that I finally pulled the trigger on it. I feel like one day I literally just woke up and I was like, well, I gotta do it. Yeah. There's literally nothing else to life, girl. I don't want to keep waking up to this and just not do anything and have the same thing. Yeah, I don't mind doing my social media stuff here and there, and I like to post here and there and stuff like that. I'm not gonna stop doing that, but I feel like I need to level up in my life because there's a path for me to go to, and my end goal can't be achieved if I'm literally sitting on my ass and just doing fucking social media full time. Like, I feel like opportunities do come with social media, but yeah, they're cool and stuff like that, but I feel like I need to do something a little bit more adulty where like I can secure the bag and like make sure that I'm good for the rest of my life and like I have something to back me up, because I feel like the reason why I started my real estate is because it's going to give me a very consistent income. Like me combining both of my incomes is just going to make it much more better, and I'm going to be able to do a lot more stuff that I want to do. Like real estate is very much the first step to my end goal. I'm gonna give it 2 years for my real estate, and then afterwards I would love to be a broker. After I'm literally done being a broker, I kind of just want to focus on more education, and I want to focus on like where I fit in the tech industry, and I would love to continue doing my tech stuff because I feel like I was in a place in my life when I was younger that I thought that all I wanted to do was coding, and I still want to do coding, but with the way that technology is moving, you kind of have to adapt to it and find new ways into technology. Like right now, AI is really big, so I would love to learn a little bit more of AI, but since I'm not really in the path of my career goal for doing something in tech, I really can't focus on that, and I have to focus on something else. And now I have to remember that in a couple years, technology base is gonna evolve, and I have to adapt to that. You know, I just have like a lot of career goals and a lot of paths that I want to hit, and I feel like this is definitely a good step for me to do it, and have been enjoying it so much. Like every single time that I go to study or anything like that, like I'm not like, oh, I have to study. Like, no, I make sure that it's my priority. And low-key, y'all, I really do appreciate Irma, and I really do appreciate it, Alan. I don't live with anybody else for them to, you know, maneuver their life for me to be in school and stuff like that, but I appreciate everyone around me when they know that I'm busy. It's not just because I'm busy and not wanting to hang out with them, or like I'm literally busy trying to get some type of education. So I appreciate people when I have things to do and they don't like, oh, like come on, like go out. Like they really do respect it. And Alan as well, like he respects my time and he really does like want me to succeed in this, and Irma vice versa. Even just going to do the switch like just shows me that they really do respect my education and they want me to succeed. So I'm doing it very much not just for myself but everyone around me, because I feel like I'm doing this for me and Alan for us to buy our first home. I'm also doing it for my family so I can help them get a bigger home. I'm also helping so Irma can finally move out of her home. I want to help Irma's family have their own home to themselves, and you know the end goal is always going to be for everybody else to strive, not just myself. And I'm just super excited for what's to come, and
I'm so happy for you, friend. No, honestly, like this is such a big Vid, no, this is honestly a very exciting journey for him, and I'm honestly so excited and so happy for him. I'm so proud of him that he's literally achieving this currently, and he's going to achieve this, and I know that you're just gonna have a successful route ahead of you. So
thank you so much. Well, since it is Pride Month, happy Pride, and I want to give all of my LGBTQ sisters and brothers and they thems, I love you so much, and you know, keep being you.
And I am part of the alliance. I do support the LGBTQ plus community.
Well, no, you're kind of like bisexual a little bit in this account.
I mean, I can't really say because I've never really been in a relationship. I only had one threesome, but that was like fucking 5 years ago.
But you're down to like do something with the girl.
Yeah.
Like you would eat her out, like, you know, fuck her probably.
I mean, I don't know about the fucking, I'd want that.
You see what I mean? So like, you know, you're pretty more kind of like bisexual.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. So she's part. So she's definitely part of the LGBTQ. But as much as we are celebrating Pride, we want to inform you guys what is going on within the LGBTQ community, because I feel like we as human beings, if it doesn't affect us, we shouldn't be knowledgeable in it, if that really makes sense.
Right.
I feel like even I got a taste of my own medicine with my own family. Like when I go over to my mom's family, sometimes we do talk a little bit political, and we talk about like things that are going on around the world and things that we need to, we need to be careful about. And one thing that I had noticed is that my family is very non-informed with what's going on with the LGBTQ. So I feel like I am the type of person that if you're not informed, I will more than gladly inform you. I feel like that's something that's really important to talk about is our LGBT rights, because if you guys haven't known that there is a lot of our rights being taken away from us little by little, and I feel like it's not getting that much importance because it's not affecting a lot of other people. There's a lot of things that we really can't do because of the presidency, but it's good to be informed. And one thing that I do want to talk about is the anti-trans legislation surge. Over 500 plus anti-LGBT plus bills introduced in the US state since 2023, most targeting trans youth, gender affirmation care bans, pronouns restrictions, bathroom access, and much more. So if you guys don't know, being trans in the United States is pretty much invisible, girl. Like the government doesn't recognize you, your hospitals don't recognize you, and they don't respect it. For example, if you guys follow anyone that is trans or anything like that, they have been very outspoken about how their IDs or their passports are being changed to their original gender, which, let's say for example, if somebody transitioned from male to female, originally they had on their ID that they're females, but now when they get it renewed or they lost it or whatever the reason is, they go change back to what their birth certificate says, which was a male.
And this actually happened to Adore Delano. If you guys didn't know, that she was actually the first person that I saw that she posted that she literally was going to go and renew it, and they denied her for being able to change her gender into female. It really does suck because they're literally telling you who you should identify as, and nobody should tell you how you should be identified as. We should be able to express ourselves on how we feel as a person.
And I feel like that's also really scary for trans people, because you work so hard to work on your identity so that, you get treated as you are, as your identity. And it's scary when you are having to go give somebody your ID and it doesn't show who you really are. And that just puts you as a target.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really big target. Another thing that's been going on has been also that, hospitals now can deny trans people. And that is scary, because imagine you just going to the hospital and just because you identify as a certain sex, they don't want to help you. What if you're on your deathbed, girl, and they don't want to help you, and they have the right to do so? Wow. Honestly, that is so fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not be human and just care for another fucking human's life, no matter their sex? Like, I just feel like that's crazy. Like, hospitals are able to help criminals, but not trans people.
Yeah.
They won't get held accountability by the law because it's not part of the law. They don't give a fuck.
Bitch, that's nasty. That's gross. I hate that.
Now, like for other states, a lot of other states have their own laws for LGBTQ. And one of the laws that pisses me off, and low-key, I hate going to Florida, but I love my Universal Studios and like my theme parks and stuff like that.
Come on.
But Florida, girl, they are the number one haters for the LGBTQ. I honestly want to say that the governor that's over there that's doing all of this is probably gay, because gay.
Yeah.
Like, how do you hate gay people so bad that you have to do this? First of all, they have the Don't Say Gay bill. So, like, pretty much the Don't Say Gay bill is a law passed that prohibits discussions of LGBTQ plus topics in schools, especially K through 3 classrooms, creating a chilling effect on both students and teachers. So you can't even teach them about LGBT. You can't even be inclusive about it. The crazy thing about it is that I grew up in a world during the times where, you know, being gay was very shameful and like, you know, it was very scary still, and like there was not a lot of inclusivity and stuff like that. Even when I was in like school, like even from 1st to 3rd grade, there was no inclusivity for LGBTQ, and I had already known that I was gay. Like I did not have to read it in a book for me to know that I was gay. I knew who I was from very chiquito. Like, girl, come on. It's just about being inclusive. It's about being recognized, like being able to feel like not an outcast or like that you're doing something wrong, because it has been proven that being gay is literally our natural form of habitat. Like there's literally gay animals out there. There's literally like researches that there's gay everywhere. Like I don't understand what it's like that's just part of being a human. You're gay, you're black, you're orange, you're purple. It's just crazy to me that we are still living in a day of age where we're moving backwards and not forward. Now, another thing that I am very passionate about is honestly like our rights to getting married. You know, I do see myself getting married, and I do see myself getting married once, but the fact that because I'm gay, I can't get married is insane to me. Like, what do you mean? Like, I found somebody that I love and I can't get married to them just because it's 2 boys? Like, girl, you're over here letting married couples that literally cheat on each other every single weekend and are not faithful. They're not even good parents. And you're not even letting a gay couple get married. All they're trying to do is show their love and affection. And in private, closed doors, girl. Like, if you don't want to see it, you can turn your head. Like, I just don't understand what it is that marriage is such like a
taboo kind of like situation that people really do frown upon.
Yeah, and like if you really think about it, like look at all the Bible verses that they say when you're getting married. Most of straight people, like they literally don't even follow by their own fucking vows.
Yeah.
Like, please, like I don't know, girl. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on with the LGBTQ. I will more than gladly leave an article down for you guys below for you guys to be a little bit more informed. But I feel like another thing that has been going on around the world, and that has been really recent and actually has been going on since the very beginning, because the riots have been going on since January. And what we're talking about is the immigration raids that have been going on all over California, and they have been going on all over the country. It is no surprise that Trump himself hates Latinx people.
Exactly. Like, and guess what? He's actually part German himself. His grandmother was German and she was an immigrant.
And not only is he an immigrant, but also his wife is an immigrant.
Mm-hmm. And FYI, guys, there is a few, actually quite a big amount, which I was not fully aware about, that there is a lot of sanctuary cities that basically protects a lot of us immigrants and basically protects us from the ICE. But unfortunately,
since everything that's going on, they don't give a fuck.
They haven't really, to be honest. If you guys aren't fully aware, some sanctuary cities that are here in Southern California is going to be Los Angeles, San Diego, Long Beach, Anaheim, which I actually did not know at all. Santa Ana, Irvine, Pasadena, Glendale, Burbank, Santa Monica. Easily, you guys could look this up on Google or even on ChatGPT or wherever that you guys want to look up, because literally in California, there's up to 480 plus cities that are sanctuaries. But obviously with everything going on, honestly, it's been so chaotic and so sad to the fact that they're literally not protecting us immigrants at all. Like, it just makes me so sad because they're literally separating families like no fucking other, dude. Like, and it just sucks because they're literally targeting people without any probable cause, which is such a sad part, because it's like, that's what you're supposed to do. If you really are trying to detain these people, ask them the proper question. Identify them good. Okay, do they have a criminal record? Whatever. No, these ICE people are literally just going up to literal workplaces. They're literally profiling these people and just assuming that they don't have papers. I've seen so many videos where people are getting detained. They're like, hey, what the fuck? I have papers. And they did not give a fuck. They're like, nope. You look like the person that wouldn't like to have papers, so we're just going to capture you. And they don't even have enough handcuffs for everything. They're just been using zip ties. And the sad part about it, guys, is they're even fucking arresting kids, dude. Fucking kids. What do kids have to do with anything? They shouldn't be touching these kids at all in the first place. I even saw a video of them being very aggressive towards a pregnant lady, guys. What kind of shit is this? Like, honestly, to me, it's so astonishing that this is literally going on and this is actual reality that is actually happening. Like, honestly, it just makes me so sad that the fact that these parents literally have to be so careful to even go out, even though, yes, my parents have their work permits and their resident cards, like, they could still be profiled, and it still makes me scared for them to even just drive to work. They're only like 5-10 minutes away from work, but within those 5-10 minutes, anything could literally happen. Because no joke, I live in Anaheim, and I just saw a recent TikTok of them posting that there was a border patrol ICE in Fullerton. If you guys don't know, Anaheim is very long. Fullerton is literally like right there. You drive 5 minutes and you're literally right into Fullerton. So
yeah, they're going to Home Depot. They're going to like regular places that you will see realistically any Latinos. Yes. And that's what's being targeted right now, is us Latinos. And just to let you guys know, if you guys do encounter ICE, these are a couple of steps that you guys should do if ICE ever shows up to your door or if ICE ever detains you. So the first thing is, don't open the door. You don't have to open the door unless they have a signed warrant by a judge. And if you need proof and they're like, no, open the door and we'll show you proof, slide it under the mat or show me over the window or show me on my Ring camera or show me on my peephole. I will not be opening the door for ICE, girl. Now, let's say you end up opening the door because you're like, well, I'm just going to look at the paper. And they're like, no, we don't need to give you any type of information. Yes, you do. And they want to barge in here. All you got to say is, I do not consent to a search. Because right away, that's illegal. Mm-hmm. You already got a case right then and there, girl.
And start filming too. The very best important thing that you could do also is immediately start filming, because all you're going to need is proof. Yes, they're supposed to be recording on their chest, but realistically they're not, because they're just trying to get away with things, especially when they know they're not doing it the legal way.
And if ICE does approach you in public, one thing that I do recommend is staying calm. Mm-hmm. As much as it's scary, stay calm, because I feel like once we are showing that we're scared, we run or we do anything of that sort, they have every right to be like, you're being aggressive or you're restraining yourself. No, let them hold you and ask, am I free to go? If you're not free to go, then say, I choose to remain silent. Because remember, everything that you say will be held against you.
Yeah. And then also another huge thing is, do not sign anything unless it is from your immigrant lawyer. Someone that is literally there to represent you and your status. That's the only time that you should be signing anything. If these officers are trying to make you sign anything else, don't do it at all, because at the end of the day, they're just trying to fuck you over.
And for my people that don't speak English and they might understand it or don't even speak it at all, the exact same way, all you got to do is ask for a translated version. Do not sign anything. Mm-hmm. And you have the right to remain silent. The only time that you get to talk to them is if your lawyer is present.
Yeah.
And remember, you do have a right to one phone call. So please ask for it. Ask for it as soon as you can, so you can make sure to either inform your family, get legaled up, or whatever the reason is.
For those who have papers, we're questioning ourselves, like, how the hell do we help though? Like, what can we do on our part? Well, I found this TikTok video of someone explaining perfectly on what you should do in a situation. If you are literally witnessing ICE literally taking away somebody with no like probable cause or anything, and this person literally said it perfectly, is to immediately start recording, listen carefully, and make sure the audio is capturing correctly if they're saying any type of negative words or if they're saying anything that would literally be used against them, which is ICE. Also, as long as you're keeping a distance and you're not really like interfering with anything, they cannot tell you anything at all. But also make sure that you're close enough that you're able to hear the audio of what they're saying. The very important thing also is that you should ask for the ICE's badge number and their name. Once you start mentioning that stuff, that's when they're like, oh shit, like this bitch is on us. Like we need to like tone it down a little bit or anything, because that's the main important thing, is that you need to make sure that they are the ones being threatened to, that they know that they're literally at risk with either losing their job and literally putting themselves out there of like, oh shit, they're doing something incorrectly. Another important thing is to ask what agency that ICE is working for and why they are being detained. Obviously, these ICE people are being very, very annoying, and they're going to do their best they can to not respond. But it's very important to be very assertive, like, what agency are you from? What's your badge number? What's your name? What are you detaining them? Whatever. Like, that's a very important thing. But not only to tell ICE, but to also tell the person that's being arrested. Be sure to tell them, don't sign anything unless your immigration lawyer is there. Don't be scared. Don't be whatever. Like, just try to stay as calm as possible, because at the end of the day, ICE could use that against them as well. And another thing is to ask the individual that's being arrested, is there anybody that we need to call? So that we could also inform that person's family or friend or whoever the case is of what exactly is going on. Because even though, yes, you're legal to one phone call, sometimes these ICE people are so cruel that they will not give a fuck and they will not give you that phone call. So I feel like that is the best way that you're able to participate and actually be able to protect our Latino community, because at the end of the day, we are just here to work and to just live our lives to the fullest.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Go ahead and comment down below so you can get featured on next week's episode. And come back up, click that like button and that subscribe button. And don't forget to follow us at all of our social medias at Call Me Danny,
at XO. And also don't forget to follow the TikTok and Instagram of Let's Talk Pendejadas. And don't think that we forgot our positive affirmation. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Applause.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.